The issue of education policy, I believe, should fall within the domain of the states and localities rather than the federal government. When the Department of Education was established as a cabinet-level department in 1980, it was hoped that, among other things, the department would supplement and complement the efforts of states and localities to really improve the quality of education across the country. When I look at my great state of Alabama, obviously there are pockets of underserved areas that I believe need educational opportunities in order to truly move forward. I am of the belief that education is the foundation. It is the pathway to the American dream. And I'm frustrated that there are still so many pockets that lack the ability to really give a child an opportunity to move forward. And so when the federal government's involving moved, if you kind of sort of look back then the data showed in reading that the average score among a 17-year-old student it's not statistically significantly different than it is today. And so I look at those metrics that we use to create the department, and they look just about the same today. And so I'm frustrated with the lack of movement, with the lack of progress that I believe is hindering our children. So getting that aside, I want to jump into some questions. Mr. Secretary, on Monday, when discussed the current debate surrounding the debt ceiling, the White House press secretary said, if you buy a car, you're expected to pay the monthly payments. If you buy a home, you're expected to pay the mortgage every month. That is the expectation, end quote. Do you agree with that statement?
Thank you, Senator, for first of all, your comments earlier. I share with you that passion and that urgency to make sure that all kids in this country can succeed, and that place or race are not determinants or predictors of outcomes. So I truly share that belief, and that I appreciate your passion on that.
Thank you.
So with regard to your question.
Yes. So in the White House press secretary this week stated, if you buy a car, you're expected to pay the monthly payment. If you buy a home, you're expected to pay the monthly mortgage every month. That is the expectation, end quote. And I'm saying, do you agree with that statement?
I agree that,
okay.
yes.
So I am of the belief, and this is where I have some frustration, is I also believe that same logic must apply to student loans.
Right.
And so I'd like your perspective on that as well.
I appreciate that, Senator. And you know, we agree, and we're preparing to restart repayment because the emergency period is over, and we're preparing our borrowers to restart.
Hello, friends. There is a new stimulus check proposal. Officials are now split about what to do next to fight inflation. Some suggest either pausing the rate hikes, while others push for at least one more increase. But with inflation still being one of the biggest issues that Americans are facing right now, lawmakers want to pass new legislation. One bill has been proposed, and if it is passed, it would provide millions of Americans with $1,200 monthly relief checks. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of the details. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more video that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. The stubbornness of high inflation is dividing the Federal Reserve over how to manage interest rates in the coming months, leaving the outlook for the Fed's policies cloudier than at any time since it announced a streak of 10 straight rate hikes beginning in March 2022. Many Fed watchers have expected the central bank's officials to forgo another increase in their benchmark rate when they meet next month in mid-June. Yet recent warnings from several of the officials about the continuing threat from high inflation suggest that the outcome is far from certain. Some Fed officials have stressed the need to pause rate hikes for an extended period. The idea is to give the rate increases time to exert their full effects on growth and inflation. Behind that view is a concern that if the Fed keeps making borrowing costs ever more expensive, it could cause a deep recession. The most recent hikes have led mortgage rates to more than double and elevated the cost of auto loans, credit card borrowing, and business loans. Home sales have even plunged. But with inflation still remaining at a high rate, lawmakers are pushing for additional relief legislation to be passed very soon. Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is once again raising awareness of her proposal to send monthly checks of $1,200 to adults and an additional $600 to families with children. It is known as the Support Act. If passed, it would mandate that these payments be made for at least 5 years. Representative Omar has expressed her support for the actions taken by Governor Tim Walz to reduce childhood poverty and clarified to what must be done at the federal level. One of the proposals the governor has made centers on providing a child tax credit to families in the state, modeled after the enhanced credit passed under the American Rescue Plan. Under the American Rescue Plan, the child tax credit increased in value from $2,000 to $3,000 for each child between the age of 6 and 17, and $3,600 for children under the age of 6. Also, instead of claiming the credit on one's tax return, the IRS sent monthly payments from July to December 2021 and allowed the remaining value to be claimed when filing taxes in 2022. The changes to the child tax credit led the child poverty rate in the United States to fall by half. The fact that the enhanced credit made such deep cuts into the number of children living in poverty is evidence of the millions of families who earn just under what would be necessary to acquire the goods and services needed to fulfill their basic needs. Researchers at the Columbia University Center on Poverty and Social Policy found that the payments made during these 6 months of 2021 managed to keep 3.7 million children from falling into poverty. The Support Act was first introduced in the House of Representatives in the last Congress, when Democrats held control of the chamber. No co-sponsors are listed on the bill. Not only does the law mandate that the checks be sent, but it would allow making serious changes to the public services which are offered by the Federal Reserve. In 2021, just over 80% of households were fully banked, meaning they had access to a bank account and did not need to rely on other types of institutions. Representative Omar says the plan could increase the financial resiliency of many households by offering all households a public option to store their money and access to credit. So, dear friends, do you support this bill? Please let me know in the comment section below. Well, my awesome and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Sunday. Thank you, dearest friends, for being here and for being part of this community. To say thank you, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.